Thank you so much for joining the Miracle Mind Training. Wonderful. So another 30 minutes to stretch our muscles, our letting go muscles, or to train them and make them strong, like use some real good ingredients to release, to let go, to see things for what they are, truly. So that's what we do today in the Miracle Mind Training. And today I use not a lesson directly, but I use something else. Chapter 4, you might recognize this part. It is like Jesus comes into this rhythm. It's like, well, when you feel anxiety, when you feel fear, when you feel this, when you feel... And he keeps like repeating, in fact, the same rhythm. It's really like a dance. It's like, if this is the thing that you're experiencing, if you experience lack, if you experience limitation, and he has like a contra phrase coming into that, and that is like, know that it need not be. When this is occurring, know that it needs not be. When this is occurring, know that it needs not be. So it's like that's a beautiful rhythm that comes into this text. So this is the text that I will share with you because of its rhythm, of course, but also the essence of it, but also the gentleness of the movement. And it's like, if you notice that by yourself, know also that it doesn't need to be that way. There's no need for you to suffer. So there it goes again. It's like, if you experience excruciating pain for whatever reason, know that that need not be. And if you experience a loss or grief, know that that need not be. It's like all of these daily affairs for a human being are brought up. It's like, well, notice this. If this is what you notice for yourself, if this is what you're experiencing, here's something that I want you to show you and literally announce to you that need not be. So there's something that can take that away. There's something that will light right through it, that shines right through that. And that is, of course, the miracle, but it's like that is the light and the love coming from the deep sense of self. So this is another, it's like we're going deeper into the matter, obviously, and that is on a continuing basis. Like this week is a bit at looking at consciousness, looking at what is occurring, looking at karma, what is following you, what is guilt. And we looked at that the last couple of days too. Now it goes even deeper. When all of that is what you are experiencing, know that this need not be. And that there's a miracle behind all of it. What you are experiencing, in fact, what you are experiencing is not a thing in itself. It is not a thing in itself. It is not solid in itself. It is not because of that thing that you are experiencing. It's like that is the most fundamental idea, principle, or essence behind all of this. Like every occurrence is not what you make of it. It is not what you make of it. The occurrence comes up, like the occurrence is happening, but what you make of it is not where it's about. You make it about that, but it isn't about that. It's like it's not personal, as Joel says too. It's like it's not personal. The event is neutral in itself, but you've made something out of it. Now this need not be. You have no need for that, literally. Whether that is sickness, whether that is limitation, whether that are evil powers that seem to control you, whether that is, who knows what it is. Like, here it is. Like coming, literally letting that fall apart into itself. You recognize the neutrality of the event. You're just present here. It has nothing to do even with your space-time location. You are present here. This is your consciousness speaking to you. Like you are here. You are here, present in this moment. All the events that are occurring in your mind, in your imagination, have no thing of itself. It is only genetic memories that are coming up. Like literally, it is past related ideas that are associated with the occurrence. Suddenly you think like, oh no, not that again. Oh, I have such terrible memories about this occurrence. Well, there you have it. Like now you associate in these occurrences related to the neutral situation that's actually coming up in your expression, in your life, in your existence. It comes up because it still triggers something. But it's not about the event in itself. No, it's about the fact that things are coming up for you to allow it to be healed at this point in time, because apparently you're ready for it. Now, this is, of course, the miraculous healing principle behind this. Like, that is really lovely. And the human existence, like, is an sequentiality, if you make it a sequentiality. But it's like event after event after event. Why do they come up? Because your mind literally puts it out there. It is nothing but memories that are coming up. There's nothing but past that is occurring. Is it about the events themselves? No, it's not. No, it is about the healing of what is associated with the event. And this goes very far. This goes so far, because if you undergo a healing of that, like if that becomes to you living through or allowing it to be healed, if you allow that event to be a neutral event, if you can finally leave everything else for what it is and say, be lifted out of this, then it won't be in your memory anymore. Literally, you don't have to live it again. So these are with the things that we bounce up against, the deep, deep things that are stirring you, that are bringing the utmost out of you, like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm in this again. And that is only coming up for healing. It is not the event itself. The event itself is neutral, but it's also already over. It is gone. Your associations is what remains. Your associations with the event is the occurrence. And that comes up only for healing, not for to make it real, to prevent yourself or for the next time or this or that. No, not at all. It is something that comes up for healing. That is all. And it's not a big deal. It can be healed because, in fact, the event itself is already over. You're just like looking at something that you still hold on to, that is associated with a certain event. That's all. So anyway, I didn't mean to get into this, but since I got into this, I might as well share it. Okay, this may seem hard to you, but it's much easier than trying to think against it. Your mind is one with God's. Denying this and thinking otherwise has held your ego together, but has literally split your mind. Okay, so this is in the right order. As a loving brother, I am deeply concerned with your minds and urge you to follow my example as you look at yourselves and at each other and see in both yourself and in each other the glorious creations of a glorious Father. As a loving brother, I am deeply concerned with your minds and urge you to follow my example as you look at yourselves and at each other and see in both the glorious creations of a glorious Father. When you are sad, know that this need not be. Depression always arises ultimately from a sense of being deprived of something you want and do not have. No, you are deprived of nothing except by your own decisions, and then decide otherwise. See, this is what I love about the instructions of Jesus. It's like, okay, so I'm accept my own decision. By my own decisions I can feel deprived, and I'm actually not deprived of anything, but I can experience that if I want to by my own decisions. And now the step further is then, and I can decide otherwise, and I do that because I don't want to be in a state of deprivation. I'm deprived of nothing. So when you are sad, know that this need not be. Know that this need not be. So it's like you can be sad if you want to by your own decision, but of course you don't want that. So decide otherwise. I don't want to be sad. I'm going to let this go. When you are anxious, know that all anxiety comes from the capriciousness of the ego and need not be. You can be as vigilant against the ego's dictates as for them. Like, there's nobody overruling you. You cannot be a victim of the ego. Only by your own decision, only by your own decision. So you cannot be a victim of the ego. The ego is not an entity outside yourself. No, it's like your mind gives it meaning, and that's why it has a voice. Otherwise you wouldn't hear it. So here we are. Like, that does not need to be, because you can decide. You can be as vigilant against this voice, not giving into it as much as you want. But here's the thing. So it's like you have to be honest with yourself in how you deal with that. There might be things that you do want, that the ego whispers in your ear, even though it's your own voice, of course. It's like there's some things that you still are tempting you to listen to and say, like, well, we'll do that another time. I'm just doing it now. It's okay. And there's your justification. And you bump up against something that you had like, oh yeah, wait a minute, there is no pleasure here. This is the place of where pleasure and pain are confused to the ultimate, you could say. Like everything that appears to be a pleasure actually is not recognized as pain, and vice versa. Not that pain is pleasure, but more like, no, the two come together in an idea is like, this is still a place of limitation. This is still the place where you can experience pleasure and pain, is where duality is where mesmerism is where the illusion is. You don't want either of them. So here you have it. So it's like, that need not be. Whenever you experience anxiety, know that it needs not be. The capriciousness of the ego is literally whispering it in your ear, or giving you the example of it, the image of it, basically. Okay, so quickly moving forward now. When you feel guilty, there it is. When you feel guilty, here's your karma knocking on the door. Know that your ego has indeed violated the laws of God, but you have not. The ego has violated the laws of God, but you have not. Leave the sins of the ego to me. That is what the atonement is for. But until you change your mind about those your ego has hurt, the atonement cannot release you. As long as you feel guilty, your ego is in command, because only the ego can experience guilt. This need not be. So this to me is one of the most incredible expressions of this week. Like, here's the whole story given to you for healing. When you feel guilty, know that the ego has indeed violated the laws of God. You've literally been listening to the wrong voice. But you have not violated the laws of God, since that's impossible, because God made you. So it's like you are created out of the law of love, which is God. So leave the sins of the ego to me. That is what the atonement is for. But until you change your mind about those your ego has hurt, the atonement cannot release you. As long as you feel guilty, your ego is in command, because only the ego can experience guilt. This need not be. So you can also say then, if I experience guilt, I've identified myself with my ego mind. And that's not what I am. That is a mistake. Now, mistakes can be can be corrected. I direct my mind not to identify with the ego, but literally release that identification. This is in fact what we train all the time. It's like you release your identification with your images, your thoughts, the definitions of who you think you are. All of this, like body identity, sinful, limited, you name it, like all the attributes that come with it. Now there's no need for it. You don't need to do that any longer. Now you ask for another experience of yourself. You want to see this differently. See, this is all first 50 lessons. I want to see, above all else, I want to see this differently. Lesson 20. I see only the past. So the past haunts me. If I believe it to be real, it haunts me because it will always show me something that I did wrong. If I believe myself to be a part of that image, and that has nothing to do with my reality, because my reality is happening is happening right now. This is my reality. I'm forever an extension of the love of God. I cannot be another thing as well. So here we are. Now what is given to me? This is given to me to share. This is where I find myself. Are you ready for the next part in it? Okay, so let's do the quiz first. Okay, so I'll put my headphones up. What keeps the world in chains but your beliefs, right? And what can save the world except yourself? Belief is powerful indeed. So which lesson is this actually? The thoughts you hold are mighty and illusions are strong in their effects, as is the truth. A madman thinks the world he sees is real and does not doubt it. Nor can he be swayed by questioning his thoughts' effects. Yeah, right? You see this world is real, okay, the effects of it seem to be real too. It is but when their source is raised to question that the hope of freedom comes to him at last. And 30 seconds to bring this back to where it belongs. Which lesson is this? You can tap it in the chat, or you can open up your microphone and say like, oh, this is lesson bloody bloody.
I think it's 165.
Aha. Very close, very close, very close. Not completely. It probably is in there too. Now I'll show you. Here we go. What keeps the world in chains but your beliefs? And what can save the world except yourself? Belief is powerful indeed. The thoughts you hold are mighty, and illusions are strong in their effects, as is the truth. A madman thinks the world he sees is real and does not doubt it. nor can he be swayed by questioning his thoughts' effects. It is but when their source is raised to question that the hope of freedom comes to him at last. So here in the present is the world set free. It's like the world is nothing in itself. Your mind must give it meaning. See, there's one sentence that is very much like what I was sharing. This need not be. The world is nothing in itself. The events are nothing in themselves. So your mind gives it meaning. And what does it use for that? The past. Because it doesn't have anything else. Okay, well, since we're on it, in the game zone, we might as well start the next game, and that is pick a number. So this is a number between 100 and 150. So let's see what it comes up with. 102. I share God's will for happiness for me. I love that. That's great. So let's take a look at that. I share God's will for happiness for me. You do not want to suffer. You may think it buys you something, and may still believe a little that it buys you what you want. Yet this belief is surely shaken now, at least enough to let you question it, and to suspect it really makes no sense. It has not gone as yet, but lacks the roots that once secured it tightly to the dark and hidden secret places of your mind. Today we try to lose its weakened hold still further, and to realize that pain is purposeless, without a cause, and with no power to accomplish anything. It cannot purchase anything at all. It offers nothing and does not exist. And everything you think it offers is lacking in existence, like itself. You have been slave to nothing. Be you free today to join the happy will of God. I share God's will for happiness for me, and I will accept my function as my function now. I will accept it as my function now. Be happy, for your only function here is happiness. You have no need to be less loving to God's Son than He whose love created Him as loving as Himself. Besides these hourly 5-minute rests, pause frequently today to tell yourself that you have now accepted happiness as your one function. And be sure that you are joining with God's will in doing this. See, this is always so great. It's like you pick a number, but then it's not just a number picking. It's literally opening a door to another treasure. And that's so amazing. It's like, this is so beautiful. Your function is happiness. You have no other function. There's no need for you to suffer. There's no need for you to push through your human existence, to make it work, to fight for it, to do all. No, this is about your function is happiness. Now that can be found in you. You are actually fulfilling the law, the will of God, by looking for the happiness within you. How great is that? So whenever you are full of anxiety, no, this need not be, because your function is different. Your function is to be happy. That's the will of God. You want to know the will of God for you? BHAPPY. Be happy. Be happy. All right. Well, we could sing a song now. That's really wonderful. H-E-P-P-Y, H-E-P-P-Y, H-E. Let me not forget my function. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining today in our Miracle Mind training. It is 30 minutes, but see what happens here. That's unbelievable. So thank you for your part in that. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye for now.